Yes, or no, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is the return of the 130 emblem Sonic Adventure 1 livestream. It has certainly been a while. It is now September. I have not streamed this since early January. I'm going to let this recap play because I haven't shown one of those off yet, I don't think. So, you might be wondering where I've been and why I sound a little different. This is the Guitar Hero USB microphone instead of my headset. I thought I'd try this time. Kind of like I did back in the Peace Walker livestream, if you remember that. So that's why I sound different. The game also looks way better than it did last time because I'm not doing the CRT this time. I'm using the mini USB out on my modded Dreamcast to output an HDMI, and I'm streaming with the Elgato. Within 3 minutes. This is where we left off last time. It awkwardly cut off because my internet in my apartment went out. I am no longer at said apartment. So that's good. In fact, this internet is way better most of the time, so I think we're in good hands. And hopefully that shortcut will work this time too. But anyway, the answer as to where I've been. I have been studying a new career path in cybersecurity. My long-term goal is to get into digital forensics, but I was at a cybersecurity boot camp, and now I am Security Plus certified. So I was busy with studies, a move, a bunch of other things, but now I'm ready to get back into this live stream proper. This won't be a crazy long session though, only about 2 hours, but I think we'll make some good progress here. Get this last Twinkle Park emblem, and then move on to Speed Highway. Maybe get onto the Egg Carrier before the end. We shall see. And this version of the game does feel great, despite being locked to 30 FPS. Woohoo indeed. Gonna be back in the live streaming chair again. Okay, let's see if that camera glitch from last time was a fluke or not. After we get through this automated thing here. Oh, looks like it was! Hell yeah. If only it could have worked first try last time. Uh-oh. I should be in good hands so long as I don't fuck any of this up. I said so long as I don't fuck any of that up, and there I go fucking it up. Thankfully, you do restart from the last checkpoint in this. Given that these emblems are not rank-based, more so objective-based, unlike Adventure 2, that's perfectly fine. So long as you don't catastrophically fuck up. I have no clue what drugs the camera was on last time. Or this time, for that matter. But at least I made it. Like, this is way better. I choose to blame my last apartment's Wi-Fi. Even though that realistically should have no effect. It's got, I don't know, it's got bad juju or something. All right.
Yeah, not bad.
And that is the last Twinkle Park emblem. I can't remember if we did Twinkle Circuit last time or not, but for the sake of getting a move on, we've been in Twinkle Park and this general area too much. We're going to move on to Speed Highway, one of the best levels in the game. And they just teleport me down here conveniently. spinning so fast. Okay, so this is just the normal run. So, don't need to worry about going super fast, but this is a Sonic game, so of course I will be going fast. Who needs to ride the platform when you can just run along the little pathway there? Yeah, talking more current things. How about that PS5 Pro announcement, huh? I haven't looked too deeply into it beyond like the actual announcement, but from what I understand, it is priced at $700 US. Doesn't come with a stand or a disc drive. The disc drive part I can unfortunately understand because the PS5 Slim doesn't have a disc drive by default either. But no stand, though? The stand comes standard with the normal unit, and I'm pretty sure the Slim as well, last I checked. So why make the stand optional for the Pro? I don't get it. I think somebody said, with tax, everything adds up to $800 on the new version, so that is pretty crazy. As someone who gave up his PS5 last year due to varying factors, among them being the asinine price increase to PlayStation Plus from $60 to $80 a year, along with all their other tiers, and just due to a lack of exciting games on it, just in my opinion, I do not think I'll be buying into this new model. Because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Final Fantasy XVI, both Final Fantasy games, hopefully Astrobot, which just came out, hopefully a lot of those games, a lot of like the better exclusives, higher profile exclusives, and other things like Bloodborne, which is still locked to PS4 and 5, unfortunately. Hopefully those will all be coming to PC sooner rather than later. Because with the closed ecosystem, oh yeah, with cloud saves being locked to PlayStation Plus, and that being the only way to back up your saves if it's not a PS4 game, is absolute horseshit. That was another thing that made me quit PS5. And PS4 as well, but also just, there wasn't much making me cling to my PS4 to begin with, even though you can back up your saves to USB there. But yeah, initially, hey, they start you over here. Initially, they, I lost my train of thought, damn it. Initially, so I traded in my PS5 for a PS4 Pro, so I could play a few games that maybe seemed to perform better than like their PC counterparts, one of which being Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. But thanks to new Proton updates, that game performs a little better on Steam Deck now, so... Which, yeah, that's another big update. Last time I was on Twitch, I did not have a Steam Deck. Now I do. It's been since late February, I think? Around springtime. Or late winter, early springtime. I'll need to look back at the actual date, but... I've had the Steam Deck for the better part of the year now, and it has been a goddamn blessing. I know I definitely had it in March because I took it with me on a trip to Houston with my dad. So yeah, I think it was late February. That thing has been a goddamn dream. I was able to play Earth Defense Force 5 with a couple buddies of mine. Wasn't able to at my previous PC builds because I'm back on a laptop now. The work desktop I had before, the video editing desktop I had before, no longer have that. I am on Windows 11 now, regrettably. because a lot of applications I have only make use of, or they don't have great Linux support. They don't have great Linux support. Windows 10 is getting dropped next year, around this time next year. I think August, something. And just a bunch of stupid bullshit on Windows' end and Microsoft's end that make me want to drop Windows, but I can't. Because I play the trading card game Weiss Schwartz, my buddy Austin, a lot. He's been on videos before. Pretty cool dude. So yeah, we play that card game together. And though there is a version, damn it, that might be a restart. Do I keep my rings? No, I don't. So I need to find 50 rings, or this is a failed run. Okay. There should be... I didn't know there was one more friggin' robot there. But anyway, we play the card game a lot. We use the simulator to do multiplayer and deck building and stuff through Steam and whatnot. There's a Windows version and there's a Linux version, but despite all my quandaries over the internet, looking over Google searches and stuff, I cannot for the life of me get the Linux version to work properly, or to even, like, properly set it up. I don't feel good about this run, or this checkpoint anyway. He just flew through the fucking floor. Did you see that? I don't think he's supposed to do that. Yeah, there's gotta be 50 rings around here. But, yeah. I'm keeping Windows 11 for that and a few other things. The stupid, really bad thing I recently found out is that Windows 11 likes to turn on audio enhancements, which, actually, that reminds me, I need to look at that really quick. Make sure it didn't do that again automatically. So sorry about this. Just randomly doing this midstream. But talking about it reminded me. So, sound... Logitech USB microphone. Okay, audio enhancements are off. Okay. So, that's good, because audio enhancements in Windows 11, I'm sure a lot of my Windows 11 using audience can agree, sucks ass. I think the speed shoes ran out while I was in the pause menu. Because I don't have the music anymore, and I'm not moving fast like I should be, or faster. Talk about moving fast, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog game. We're not playing Sonic Labyrinth. Okay. Okay. More rings. Beautiful. But yeah, Windows 11 audio enhancements, they make you sound like you're talking through a tin can in, like, the sticks. Or the sticks of the sticks. Like, oh my god! I saw the inside of that car, and I tried jumping, but it still fucking hit me. At this rate, I'm not gonna get to Skydeck at this rate. And I won't even be able to do Red Mountain's other missions initially without leaving story mode, because after that, you were locked into Sky Chase and the, doing Skydeck next on the egg carrier until you get off the egg carrier following the Chaos 6 fight. I feel like these are supposed to bounce you higher. but I'm pushing the A button because you'd think that would be the function of that, or the way to do that. It's not working. Having to slowly turn the camera because this is the Dreamcast version. Still, otherwise the best version without having to mod it. It's got that even above Steam. Because my god, the Steam port vanilla is trash. Oh, I didn't mean to do that game, but okay. I wanted to jump mid-spin dash. Oh my god, that was close. Alright, mission accomplished. And then some. Yes. It took a while. It missed my tangents and general bad play, but we did it. And after this, only Speed Highway's last emblem. And then we're just gonna, basically, at this point, I might as well just barrel train all the way to the end. Barrel train, that's a double dash vehicle. Mario Kart. But yeah, speed my way to the end, basically. And then, following the credits, I'll probably start on Red Missions, Other Mountains, you know? It's a secret level to this game, Red Mission. And instead they call the missions mountains. It's really strange. But, oh, wow. You see those objects pop in. I already forgot the time limit. Oh, yeah, so another thing. Another thing that has changed since I streamed last was I'm no longer a part of Lowbrow Commentaries, the group commentary channel I contributed to for a while. In fact, Lowbrow Comms is currently disbanded, if you're not aware, unfortunately. It's just, all of us are getting busy with life, and something against them. I wish them both the best. I'm also not guesting on Sunset's videos either for the moment. It's just too much of a hassle to schedule with all of us working and doing just general life stuff. Oh, it might have been 2 minutes. Damn it! Fuck. Was it 2 minutes? I don't have any viewers in the chat to let me know. Where's my checkpoint? Oh, it's right here. I guess we're gonna find out the hard way, because I don't have Google open. I want to say it was 2 minutes. Oh my god. Or maybe like 2:30. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, Lowbrow Comms for the moment is not a thing. Though Sunset has mentioned that she wants to get it back rolling at some point. I think she's even like trying to find new members for it, and that's perfectly fine. If she does, watch them. This is my plug for that. Whoa, okay, camera. A little bit of a seizure there. Come on. 229. Okay. Just barely under 230. Wow! I beat it by 4 milliseconds with... Wow, okay. That was, to quote Eggman from Adventure 2, that was too close. Okay, that's enough lollygagging in the speed highway. Let's try and find where Amy went to. Because we haven't had a cutscene for a while. We got separated from Amy after running away from Zero in Twinkle Park.
Amy? Oh man, where can she be?
Ah! Sonic! Help!
This game does look great in HDMI.
I'll cut him off at the Mystic Ruins.
Especially considering this is like... It's utilizing the Dreamcast's digital output. Or at least, you know, partially utilizing it. Because this is a modded system. Using mini HDMI. To HDMI, of course. It's loading pretty fast, too, thanks to the GDMU I'm running it off of.
Brain. You better give Amy to me or I'll squash ya.
No annoying disk drive noises either. The system's really quiet.
Hey, what's happening here?
Really underappreciated, or underrated, I guess, thing that I think is great about the Dreamcast versus my GameCube that also has an HDMI adapter that goes into the digital port. That needs to be powered with a USB cable. A micro USB to USB cable.
Lost her again.
This doesn't. This is just, you plug the adapter in, HDMI on the other end. You're all good to go. Because the port is here, the mini HDMI. So it's less messy overall. Anyway, oh no, Amy's captured. We gotta save her. Come on. Reach the trigger. Of my 6th gen systems, this and the GameCube are probably the quietest. OG Xbox can be a little loud, and
This is the ancient light.
PS2 can be a
Try
little
the
loud.
light speed dash toward the enemy. With this, you can now do the light speed attack.
Oh yeah, light speed attack. Later renamed to just the light attack in Adventure 2. I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's chase after the egg carrier. Red Mountain is really fun and probably my favorite stage in the game for how many ways there are to get to the end. Which, I should note, is not a requirement for a Sonic stage to be good. I still prefer Adventure 2 overall, but the whole point of this exercise, you know, 100%ing both Dreamcast versions of this and Adventure 2, is to figure out which one I might like better, because there were a few times or a few points where I thought, do I prefer Adventure 1? And thus came this idea. And I'm doing it raw through the Dreamcast for both of them. Meaning I don't have the Tiny Chow Garden, instead I have the Chow Adventure on the VMU units. Which I need to look up how to replace those batteries, because I'm pretty sure the battery in this current VMU is dead. And they don't last super long. Probably the reason why barely anybody has done 130 emblem speedruns of this version. And absolutely no one, to my knowledge, has done a 180 emblem speedrun of Dreamcast SA2. You'll find Hero, Dark, All Stories, those types of speedruns on Dreamcast. But nobody has done an All Emblems speedrun of it. Oh, I was hoping to get the thing with my Ancient Light's hitbox, or the particle effect hitboxes anyway, because that's a little benefit to the Ancient Light. But yeah, Probably nobody wants to invest in the VMU batteries, and just also due to the fact that's the only way to really check your Chow's stats in that version. It is kind of inconvenient. GameCube and every later version don't have that to deal with. You can just check them right on the game itself. You don't need the Tiny Chow Garden to see your Chow stats. It'll maybe help get you some rings and level them up faster, but it's not mandatory. Plus, you can't even do it outside of GameCube. Outside of GameCube and technically playing the GameCube version through Dolphin, because it's got MGBA connectivity, which I recently tried out. It's a little weird, but it still has its own charm. You know, it's not the same as using actual hardware, but it is kind of cool to see two emulators interacting like that. And it really makes you appreciate the work people have put into preserving these games, you know? Even games like Adventure 1 and 2 that, yes, have updated versions on Steam, but as I said earlier, the vanilla versions of those games, particularly Adventure 1, are garbage. I'll take the Dreamcast versions of these games, warts and all, over those unmodded. Particularly with Adventure 2, because there are control issues that, you know, I've been made aware of off and on, but now, especially with Adventure 2, I found out there's a dead zone fix for the analog stick. I'll go more into detail on it during this cutscene here, along with also drinking my water, because streaming is a lot of talking.
Yeah, not bad.
"20 emblems. If we were playing DX, that would unlock the Game Gear version of Sonic 1, I believe. But yeah, the Dreamcast has a bit of a dead zone issue. Not just with Adventure 1 and 2, but across the board.
Tails, I'm glad you're okay.
I thought it was a problem with my Dreamcast's internals initially. Which is why I had the internals on my last Dreamcast repaired to sort of the controller ports specifically.
Roger.
I had them replaced to maybe hopefully better support controllers, but no, if you hold up on the analog stick, you would expect to go completely straightforward, but you don't. That's a problem in a lot of Dreamcast games I found out, but there at least does exist a fix now for Sonic Adventure 2 at the very least. It simply involves patching your ISO or GDI, whichever. And this works on real hardware, and it also works on Flycast and other emulators. You simply patch the ISO or whatever your game file is, and lo and behold, your character now runs straight when you push straight up on the analog stick. It's not a problem in future versions for whatever reason, but the Dreamcast has that problem specifically. I've been able to adjust, but it has thrown me off, particularly in places like the Sonic Shadow fight, the final one, where you're running forward on the platform in space. It is a little annoying, and also in City Escape. You know, when you're running down the center of the road, and you want to come to the ramps centered, so you can more easily perform tricks. And as somebody who's, you know, doing every emblem, getting every emblem in that game, that requires that A ranking everything. That's gonna come in real handy.
So far, so good.
Hope you know what you're doing.
You bet. Watch.
Anyway, Sky Chase is not great.
Transforming now.
It's more involved in Tornado Defense and Unleashed at the very least, but it's not very exciting, and it doesn't help that you have to do it twice. Sonic's story and then repeating it as Tails. There's no meaningful differences, it's just the same thing each time. It's more chances to get the emblem within your story playthrough at the very least, which I believe is achieving a certain score, yes. I don't think damage is calculated at all. And fun fact, younger me did not know how to use the lock-on missiles here. So I would always just spam the Gatling gun fire. And I'm not good at no damaging this part, as you can no doubt tell. Not a fan of this bit. Don't look forward to having to replay it, you know, when I replay this game. Though, at least the little mini-boss here, the cannon, can be brute forced by just mashing the fuck out of the X button. At least I'm pretty sure it can. At least on DX it can. Nope. At least either I wasn't mashing fast enough, or they changed it in DX. Or maybe the frame rate has something to do with it. Because this is running at 30, not a consistent 30, sadly. And DX runs in 60. As I briefly check Steam on my phone here, I see MechWarrior 5 is on sale for only 12 bucks. Interesting. My friends Cody and Donovan have a lot of positive things to say about that game.
What?
What?
Wow, this thing is really huge.
No time to gawk now. We need to find Amy.
You're right, my friend. So here we go.
I love this game's cheesy, hammy as hell delivery.
Don't get too many ideas, you fools.
Iconic line in about
You haven't
5
seen
seconds.
The power this vessel really has. Get a load of this.
More than 5 seconds, but still.
Oh, wow! It's changed shape. Did you see that?
Darn. This makes it harder for us to get to the bridge.
I hate it when he doesn't listen.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. I doubt if you can figure this one out.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll show you. Bring it on.
Alright.
This must be the way to the sky deck.
Always spins there, without fail. To my knowledge. No matter the version. Alright, Skydeck. Probably Sonic's worst level, but not terrible. Could be worse, could be the Knuckles version. But one step at a time here. You do at least have some cool alternate paths here. Oh my god. I was going for the spinner, but Sonic prioritized the extra life instead. Oh, right here. Come on. Okay. Not the cleanest way of doing that, but at least I'm finally off that platform. Oh my god. He's kind of wigging out there. Oh, not quite to the top. Oh my god. And here's where Tails' version of the level would end. I.e., very much sooner, much faster. Because he can fly. You hear Eggman say, "Slow the ship down." In DX Vanilla, that is not audible. Because that sound effect does not play on GameCube. And it doesn't play on DX Vanilla on 360, PS3, or Steam. You have to mod that shit back in. It was lost in the transition. As was a lot of stuff. It was unnecessarily changed, too. Alright, this part's kind of RNGesus, whether or not he wants to turn left or right. There we go. Cool. I've had that part take way longer before. The spinner's looking at me funny. He deserves to die. So, let's see if I can pull off the shortcut here without having to resort to stupid tilting shenanigans. Ah, stupid invisible walls. I swear it's possible to get in there without the fucking ship wigging out like that. That's a scripted event. Come on. I don't have all day. Getting a lot of frame drops here. His tail sits in his idle position.
Is that it?
It might be, but let's check out the bridge.
Yeah, both this and Adventure 2 load faster on an SD card, or off of an SD card, than even like the GameCube ports do. Because my GameCube's also modded. It runs Swiss off of a micro SD card. Just like this runs GDMU off of one. The primary difference though is that I can still use my disk drive on my GameCube if I want, the way it's modded.
Ha! You're too late.
But these versions load way faster.
Not the birdie!
Maybe because they're smaller files? Not sure.
A Chaos Emerald! No way!
All of you! This is all I really need! Gamma!
What is your wish, Master Robotnik?
Robotonic. And yeah, he hovers even though he doesn't have the jet booster. It makes no sense. Because you could not have unlocked him before this, unless you detoured to Amy or Knuckles' stories,
Aye, aye, sir.
which you unlock him there moments before this in the story. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. The door opens. He's not supposed to be facing that way. What the fuck? He's supposed to be... Sonic, you're also looking in the wrong direction. What the fuck? What the fuck? They're looking the wrong way. Gamma... Well, Sonic and Amy are fixed.
Out of my way.
But... Gamma's facing the wrong direction. I've never had that happen before.
Don't hurt him.
Oh, I might clip this later.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Also, Sonic and Amy were facing the wrong way too at first. Let's see if Tails is. Funny things that can happen in this game, but not in Adventure 2. These cutscenes here happen on top of gameplay.
Take Amy and get out of here.
Well, what about you?
I'll find that Eggman and put him out of commission.
So Tails is correct. Really quick, gonna just show this off.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking.
The egg carrier's losing altitude.
Yep, I know that already.
Auto recovery system activated.
If I'm to continue, I need to change this ship back to its original shape. There must be a switch somewhere on the bridge. I've got to find it now.
Yep. This is important. And after I do push this switch, I will be... Well, not this one, but the one we actually need to push.
Ready?
I will be... I'm going to be right back temporarily.
Emergency alert has been cancelled. Resuming monorail operation.
Okay. So let's let that save, and I will be right back. And I'm back. Side note, I do love the little pictures they have on the VMU as you play. Currently, because I'm paused, I can't really show this off right now because I don't have a face cam on because I don't look the best. But currently, it's the VMU has a little animation of a Chow sleeping while I'm paused. It's pretty cool. You don't get that out of any other version. So yeah, we are back in the action, and now I've decided. Oh yeah, now it has the Chow just walking. So I think I might have moved a Chow there actually. I'll have to check that later.
Robotnik ran away toward the front of the ship. Hurry up and catch him.
While I was on my break, I decided that I think what I'm going to do is, due to the amount of stopgaps that we'd have in the overall run and how many times you are not able to play a level again in the story until later parts of it,
Not again.
until later events in the story take place,
Chaos.
I'm going to do
The same beast.
the whole story and then worry about collecting that character's emblems.
No!
So after Sonic's story here, I'm going to do all his emblems and then move to Tails' story. As opposed to doing Speed Highway and then stopping progress until having all of Speed
Just
Highway's
leave it to me.
emblems.
Now I have 6 of the
Sorry I
Chaos
talked over
Emeralds.
Big's dialogue there.
There's only one more left to find. I even found Chaos's missing tail.
You won't get away with this, you madman.
I will. You're no match for Chaos, even though he's not perfected yet. Okay, Chaos. Destroy them all immediately.
Yeah, this would have been the commentary next to upload after Darksiders over on Lowbrow Comms. And this was a fun run. I got some fun little edits in there. But it's not meant to be. Let's get the double damage in with the... Oh, never mind. I was too close. My particle effect hitboxes hit him when I didn't want them to.
No way! I can't believe this!
It didn't work. I couldn't home in on him with it. I want to show the double damage. Oh. Or he can just do his little jump with the... What I'll always remember Ryan of Brain Scratch Commentary is referring to as the Kerplunk attack. And because this is Dreamcast and not DX, the camera does not center on him while he does that move.
No way! I can't believe this!
There we go. That's how you properly do double damage to to Chaos
Hey, I'll
6.
play with you some other time.
And it is possible with Knuckles too, as I'll show later.
No way! I can't believe this!
Environmentally friendly.
Sonic!
Very nice of Eggman to consider the environment.
Hey there, Knuckles.
He's not completely
Glad
bad.
you finally made it. I thought you got lost or something.
Until we meet again, Sonic!
Stop! Come back here.
Oh, I might be meeting Ryan Drummond in November. He's coming to a convention in Mesquite, Texas. It's the Sonic Expo. It's the Sonic convention kickstarted by fans. He's not going to be the only one there either. It's David Humphrey, Scott Dreyer, Jason Griffith, Lisa Ortiz, and I think Crush 40 are going to be there too.
I hate Eggman. Where's this?
But yeah, I'd want to meet Ryan Drummond and let me get his autograph for either Adventure DX on GameCube or Adventure 2 Battle. Adventure 2 Battle, I kind of want to save for David Humphrey if I meet him, since that's Shadow's first game and all. And I don't own I don't own this game or Adventure 2 on Dreamcast anymore, so.
That light. I think it's trying to show me something.
Also, if you autograph a CD or a jewel case as opposed to like a DVD or Blu-ray case, you have to write smaller because... Whoa. Okay. You have to write smaller because it's obviously a smaller case. And you don't want to block too much of the image on the cover or on the back. In this game, or in games like this one's case, it would be the front because, you know, the back has a lot of... You know, you have screenshots there, you have text, you have all that stuff. And you don't want to block that, you know? I do kind of wish I had copies to sign, but Adventure 1 on Dreamcast isn't terrible in terms of price. I think I got my last copy in 2018. In 2018 for, I think it was like 20-ish bucks, but it's gone up in price since then. Adventure 2, good God. That game averages for like 90 to 100 plus. It's terrible. And my only reason to buy it would be for an autograph because this Dreamcast doesn't have a disc drive anymore. And I bought it like this. I didn't mod it myself. I bought this modded off of somebody because the laser on my old Dreamcast was dying, and I didn't want to throw the money at changing it to... at putting a GDMU inside it. Because there were a few different options. There was a GDMU, Terra Onion mode, and also that serial port adapter that doesn't work as good, but it's still there. And if I were to replace the laser and keep it authentic, there's the issue of Dreamcast games on the whole being super expensive. Burning CDs is an option, but not the most authentic for one thing. And it's bad for some games. Like, I know you can't finish Code Veronica, Resident Evil Code Veronica, on CD-ROM as opposed to GD-ROM. You know, the proprietary format Sega used. And just other things like that, like load times being off. And yeah. Also, depending on how you make the CD, like the read speed, or the write speed, I should say, the write speed, you might wear down your Dreamcast's laser faster, depending on if you don't make the CD the right way. Traded my electric shield for a normal one here because I'm gonna have a mandatory light dash coming up, and forced electric shield in this game, or Adventure 2 for that matter, when you need to light dash, is not good. Anyone will tell you that. And it's why I think Shadow the Hedgehog is based, for many reasons, but among them, rings that you need to light dash through become transparent if you collect them by accident. I know why they did it. It's because you'll probably need to replay sections of the level if you miss an objective or something. But it is appreciated regardless, and, you know, it makes you wish more games in the series did that. Or that there was a mod for this game or Adventure 2 to do that. Rubber banding boulder. Oh my, that was bullshit. I lost my shield. He caught up, it caught up at the last second and made me lose my shield. I don't think that's ever happened to me. Maybe a Dreamcast quirk? Dunno. We've been going for 55 minutes here. I think I'll at least do Final Egg and Egg Viper after this. Plus, you know, Sonic's story credits. But as far as doing shit, that was my fault there. As far as doing anything after that, I might call the stream early because there are other things I need to get done. And I started a little later than I thought I would. I hate the camera getting caught on walls like that. That doesn't happen often. Well, it happens in DX and Adventure 2 Battle as well sometimes, but I guess it's a little extra annoying here because you can't change the camera control at all. You're at the mercy of the manual camera. And it can really mess you up in places like that, plus during that one Twinkle Park jump earlier.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, Final Egg is a longer level, so yeah, I think after Egg Viper in the credits, I'm gonna call it. Did he spin dash there or no? Was that just a leftover from gameplay?
Whoa, what's this? A mural. What's this place? Where am I? This is really weird.
Oh, I skipped the trigger. This is something that the Dreamcast version does specifically. Is it has the environment flash red, blink red slowly to signify it being on fire, even though there's fire there already.
It's terrible. I must stop this now.
What was that all about? I don't think I'm dreaming here.
He just slid.
Eggman! What's he doing here? Well, never mind. This time I'll get him good.
That's one of Ryan's better deliveries in this game. Though, never mind. This time I'll get him good. Yes. Metal Sonic and Silver Sonic, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Good old world building. Oh, I don't like this thing. Never did bother to fully figure it out as a kid. Just kind of fumbled around until it opened. Final Egg's a fun level. You know, when you're not being bounced off of these dudes' heads.
Hey, let go!
Ah, homing attack too low. Notice like a weird arc sometimes to jumping after the homing attack. Could be that analog stick quirk I mentioned earlier, exclusive to the Dreamcast version. But even then, this isn't to say that the other versions are control issue free. As I've said, the Dreamcast version with that dead zone fix, I haven't tested it yet, but from what I've heard people say, it looks to be the definitive control for that game. Because there are analog stick dead zone issues with GameCube SA2 to a lesser extent, and HD SA2 to a much bigger extent, as well as this game. Because they just weren't able to code it properly after the Dreamcast. And that makes all the more sense when you remember that Adventure 2 Battle on GameCube had to come out like basically it had to come out less than a year after the Dreamcast version, so production was pretty rushed. And there was stuff that the GameCube couldn't replicate easily that the Dreamcast could do pretty well. Like the lighting engine here, for instance. This lighting looks great. And it looks nothing like this on the future versions. There are ways to patch it back in on PC, of course, but that's the thing, it's a patch. It's, or not patch, but it's a mod. And there are things still on the Dreamcast versions of both games that can't be replicated to this day. No matter how many mods you put in. But yeah, if you play them back to back, you'll notice the control issues. And as I have come to understand on my own through playing recently, I prefer controllers like the Dreamcast controller for these games specifically over stuff like the GameCube controller. And those were the versions I grew up playing. It has to do with the placement of the B and X buttons in relation to the A button. I can more easily jump and lock on in the air in Adventure 2's mech stages with a Dreamcast controller, or even say a PS3 or Xbox Series controller, than I can with the GameCube controller nowadays. Like, it might sound strange if you're not aware of the inner workings of each controller and how the buttons feel, how the analog sticks feel, how the general game feel is overall. Like with camera control, as I've mentioned, in this game's case. But yeah, I prefer playing these games with a Dreamcast controller over GameCube. I think I can confidently say that. And that's with the lack of a second analog stick, which these games never really used. I mean, Adventure DX uses it for its additional camera options. But Adventure DX also has all of its baggage, too. From being a bad porting job and all that stuff. Which I'm debating on if I stream my GameCube copy of Adventure DX, because I don't have every emblem there yet. I have all emblems in GameCube SA2 Battle, but not GameCube SADX. Not yet. I have a good chunk of them. I have like 90-something out of 130, but not all of them, and I also have never beaten Mission Mode before. So I might do some of that. I've done some of the missions in Mission Mode before, but not all of them. On account of being too lazy and Big's Fishing not sounding very fun. I have seen all the missions. I have seen the missions be done before, because I guested on Sunset's 100% run over on her channel. Her old channel before it got copyright struck for
Yeah, not
Fab
bad.
Nights at Frenny's, of all things. And her current channel is a different one, meaning that original playthrough is lost to time. But yes, all this to say that I have seen the missions be done. There are a couple snowboarding ones with Sonic and Tails that are really bad. But if I feel like it after this game and maybe after Dreamcast SA2, I might go back and do that just as a little bonus. Because I also don't have every Game Gear game out there yet. And I'm looking to play through those pretty soon.
I'm surprised you made it this
Through more of them, because I beat Sonic Chaos a few months back. And that was okay. As well as Sonic 1 on
Right there, Eggman.
Game... Yeah? Yeah, it was Sonic 1 on Game Gear. I still need to check out the Master System version, because I've never played that. Beyond like like a minute or two on emulator. Specifically RetroArch. Anyway, final boss of Sonic's story, the Egg Viper.
Get a load of this.
Very
Get a
iconic.
load of this. Get a
Oh,
load
come
of
on.
this. Get a load of this.
It is kind of RNG based how many times he fires.
Ah,
Sometimes they'll shoot less than
Get
that.
a load of this. Get a load of this. Get a load of this.
Just keep on the move and those beams will never hit you. So they want you to homing attack these things, but you can also be stylish and do that.
Get a load of this. 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 Aha!
See if you can make it through.
Ah!
Cut him off.
Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. It's no use. Give up.
He only does that move once.
See if you can make it through here.
Ah!
He at least got the here out this time.
Get a load of this.
I think he did the first time too.
Get a load of this. It's no way. I can't. Ah!
It's no.
All
And yep,
systems
he's gonna do
full
that.
power. It's no use. Give up. Ah! Ah! He's not gonna get away with this. It's no use. Give up. No way. I can't believe this.
Watch out! He's up to something.
So I believe on DX, last I checked, he doesn't go for the platform you're on,
Hey, I'll play with
but
you some
he
other
does
time.
go for he goes for the platform of whatever's next to you. So it'll be possible for him to just smash the air and do nothing and explode anyway. That is something even the mods have not been able to replicate from this version, where he actually goes for the platform you're on. At least to my knowledge, last I checked. All right. Some people like to theorize that Sonic's singing the song here, but no, he's just telling Tails what he was up to. Ditto will go for Tails during his credits, or his final scene. It'd be cleaner if the scene actually faded into the credits naturally, thus resulting in the song not having to start over. But it's alright. That was Sonic's story. Still probably the strongest, well, definitely, in my opinion, the strongest story overall in this game. 10 stages, a few boss fights, lots of ways to get through a stage. Sonic controls great, not perfectly as we've seen. This is the Dreamcast version, of course, so you got some camera issues as well, with the camera getting stuck on a wall, on a platform, just blocking your view momentarily. Though at least it did get back to normal pretty quick back in Twinkle Park. Though I have no clue why I had so many problems towards the end of last session with that little shortcut. But yeah, Sonic's story is pretty great. I can definitely see why people would maybe rate this game so high based on this section alone. And people will say, oh, this game's great because if you want to, you can just play Sonic's story and leave it at that. More power to you for that, but that's not something I subscribe to generally. The game is more than just Sonic's sections. You are not getting the whole story if you play Sonic and just leave it alone after that. You must judge not you must, but I personally judge a game based on all of its content, you know? Optional or otherwise. Yeah. I judge this game based on the 6 character stories, the final story, of course, all the emblem stuff, and all the Chow Garden stuff. Not to mention, yeah. And the mission mode stuff in DX as well, but judging DX specifically for that. Not taking down this whole game, Dreamcast version included, because of a couple terrible snowboarding missions, if you get my drift. All this to say, I don't agree with judging this game by, oh, Big may suck, but you don't have to play him. No, you do. You haven't truly beaten Sonic Adventure 1 unless you beat Perfect Chaos, in my humble personal opinion. Just like how you have not beaten Sonic Heroes if you only do Team Sonic. You must beat Metal Overlord to beat Sonic Heroes. Final Hazard for Adventure 2. Devil Doom for Shadow the Hedgehog. Solaris for 06, and all that good stuff. It's not like getting every emblem here means you've mastered the game, or to comment on somebody else for a second, Proton John, like me, also has a Backloggery account, and he marks this game DX specifically, I think on PS3, as having been completed. When all the Runaway guys did was beat Supersonic's story, along with all the other stories beforehand. As if to say the emblems were meant that you would master it in Backloggery's older system because they updated it fairly recently. Mastered is no longer a factor. Completed is the highest one, I'm pretty sure. Beating Sonic Adventure means you have beaten Supersonic's story and all the stories beforehand. Completing means getting all 130 emblems. Mastering maybe means, oh, you get like a really good speed run in or get the world record. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. You have not beaten Sonic Adventure unless you have beaten Perfect Chaos. Simple as that. If you want to just play Sonic's story and leave it at that with Adventure 1, that is totally your call. But don't say you've beaten the whole game, because you haven't at that point. Unless you've done it on like another file or another playthrough or what have you. Anyway, completionism rant aside, I have been Jinzo Fighter. Will continue to be Jinzo Fighter. And next time we meet, maybe this Thursday at the time of streaming. I will be back to Sonic Adventure 1 with the rest of Sonic's emblems and probably the start of Tails' story. Maybe getting through all of Tails' story, pre-emblems. We shall wait and see. Alright, see y'all next time.